Hey critics, let's go black on the inside of Star Magazine's December 16th issue. On page 5, y'all, they're talking about a housewife in particular. And while I typically listen to ATL and Michelle Brown to keep up with all the latest Atlanta things and happenings, this time Star Magazine has some insight about Real Housewives of Atlanta star Portia Gubadia. Now, she is kind of in a sticky situation, basically in some recent legal documents where her estranged husband, Simon, has accused her basically of defamation. Now, he says that Portia made some false remarks on social media, implying that his manhood doesn't work properly. But Simon says because of that statement, he's been subjected to public ridicule as a result. Now, Michelle, as I said before, she's been keeping up with the case since the beginning and even believes that Portia is living in this man's house and she ain't on a deed. That's what they say now, child. That's what they say. So Portia apparently basically posted y'all a screenshot. But listen, Portia also said, how can you be a housewife without a house? I didn't say it. Portia said it. Back to what I was saying. So Portia apparently posted a screenshot of the definition of erectile dysfunction. They call it ED, I think for short. And in the second slide, she shared the ways to help ED. Now that includes losing weight, reducing stress and anxiety, probably eating well. I'm adding the eating well on there because that didn't say that in the article, but I will say that while Portia's denying that the post had anything to do with Simon, Simon is calling BS on Portia, saying that the post coincided with their divorce filing and was intended to imply that he had a problem with his manhood. Because there's power in the P on both sides, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Side note though, I believe it was actually intended to run away any girls looking to collect a check or deed from Simon too, if you ask me. Simon, my question is, did Portia steal you or did you want to be stolen? That's not a fact, y'all. That's just me making humor out of the rumor. So don't listen to me. Portia, though, does say that she's unbothered by this suit. Definitely more to come. Now, let's talk a little bit about one of my favorite actors out there, Denzel Washington, who is, yes, in the magazine, but also gracing the cover of another magazine called Esquire magazine. He's looking fresh at 69 with that salt and peppered hair and a black and white cover. If you look throughout the entire magazine though, in terms of the article that features Denzel, it's all black and white. So shout out to Denzel and to whoever was like, we're going to do this in classic black and white. Another side note, because y'all know I just be going off on these tangents sometimes. But another interesting article that's actually on page 50 of the magazine, specifically Esquire, is one that surrounds the topic of gambling in the black and brown communities. It's actually written by Mitchell S. Jackson. He discusses the current sort of legal gambling and how it preys on the black and brown community in unseen ways. And also, the author believes that it's an industry that is undermining his people and targeting them, basically preying on the black and brown community. So y'all if you get a chance to check that out, please do. Back to Denzel though, okay? In the magazine, Denzel talks about being a legend in his own words, how he has lived basically a big life. He talks about the tough streets, close calls, having a wife of 40 years, four kids, 50 movies, two Oscars, and of course, how he is approaching 70. Wow, 70? Oh my goodness. And I will say one of those Oscars that he got for Best Actor for Training Day, that was also the same night that Halle Berry won her Oscar as well. It was epic. It was epic. Speaking of epic movies, he's also in one of the latest epic movies, Gladiator 2, where he also discusses the greatness as well in the article of playwright August Wilson. Now, I didn't know this, but apparently Denzel has been asked by the estate of August Wilson to produce a movie for each one of the 10 plays that August Wilson wrote. So I didn't know that. So I'm so glad I got that insight and information. I don't know why Star Magazine didn't have that part in there. Why y'all didn't have that part in there, Star? Why y'all didn't have that part in there? Well, baby Denzel don't sound like he's taking a break anytime soon. If you remember, I made the mistake just like a few other people, and I thought Denzel was going to retire, but he ain't retiring, y'all. He's just basically going to be specific about the all of the project that he's going to be doing. And when I say all of the projects, honey, it sounds like he still has a slew of things to do. As a reminder, Star Magazine and also Esquire Magazine are both free resources accessible through your local library. If you don't know, here at the Critic Chronicles, we encourage everybody to get their library card because research shows that libraries are civic organizations that basically provide free resources for the community. So if you get your library card, you can have access to thousands of resources today. And now back to Star. Star highlights the movie that turned Denzel's life around as well, which was his 2012 film, Flight, excuse me, about an alcoholic pilot. Now, In a previous episode, I mentioned that Denzel was an alcoholic and is now 10 years sober. Denzel, along with his wife Pauletta, were joined by Shantae Brodus as well as Snoop Dogg on the red carpet at Gladiator 2, the premiere back in November. And I got to give a special shout out to Snoop Dogg because he was actually recently on a talk show and he was talking with him and his daughter who's also engaged to get married. And so one of the questions was, what was Snoop going to basically gift his daughter? And he's giving her $1 million basically. And he told her, listen, if I was you, I would use 100K towards my wedding and then I pocket that 900K. So good advice, Snoop. I think that's some real good advice. Whoop. Okay, I'm done. To anybody struggling though with addiction or recovering, I know it's easier said than done, but just remember one day at a time. And Macy Gray is actually on page 9 performing to fight youth homelessness. She performed at the American Friends of Centerpoint launch at KYU. And Megan Good, y'all, she's still showing off this ring on page 12 and even reveals some new details about her engagement to Jonathan, saying that he proposed to her in Paris. I believe her dad was actually there, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I know that some of my critics like for me to talk about Megan and Jonathan. However, y'all, I know I keep saying it. Hopefully, this will be maybe the last time, but I'd be lying if I said it. I don't see her relationship with her and Jonathan as something that I'm overly interested in. I'm still stuck on why her past relationship didn't work with Pastor Devon Franklin. Oh, I don't know why. I don't know why. But I know this. I know I don't remember Megan being this excited. I didn't feel about her marriage to Devon. Am I wrong? Put it down in the comments below. Am I wrong? Then again, they did also write a book together called The Wait. And maybe that's another reason why, because I'm mad because they told us about the wait, how they waited, and then they didn't tell us why the wait was over. But if you don't know, The Wait is available on Hoopla today. Y'all, it's funny business though between Quinta Brunson as well as Mike Myers in LA being photographed together. I would though like to see these two work together on a project if they haven't already, because you know how sometimes they're there together because they've already done something but they ain't told us yet. I hope that they're doing something together because I can see them two being phenomenal, funny, creative, all of the things together. So shout out to Quinta as well as Mike Myers. Zendaya, she's promoting her double screening with the flick Challengers in Dune Part 2. Gabourey Sidibe is outside with her 8-month-old twins along with her husband, Brandon Frankel. She looks so happy. Gabby, I hope that you're having the time of your life. And I never felt this way before. I don't know where that came from, but just know I'm keeping it. And also, I'm not going to be editing none of this show. So whatever y'all get tonight is what you're going to get, baby, baby. L's 2024 Women in Hollywood celebration brought out the ladies, including who else but Niecy Nash Betts, who looks stunning. She looked good, baby, in that leopard print top and that leather corset. I want that outfit. She's standing there with a few folks, including Jasmine Savoy Brown and more. All of the ladies look stunning, basically, is what I want to tell you. What I do want to skip to is call her Big Mama, Lotto, Ludacris, Mike Jackson, John Legend, and DJ Khaled. They met up at Netflix's Rhythm and Flow Fan Fest. I didn't know this, but it's a show that promises to crown the next hip hop star. Please let them be a star because we be having these shows, but do these people really get produced as stars? I'm just asking because I don't know. I feel like it's only few and far between for people who come off of these shows and they actually like make it in Hollywood. Am I tripping? Tell me if I'm tripping because I want to know. I want to know. And while we are in the mood to celebrate, we cannot forget holiday honeys Vivica A. Fox and Jackie. I don't know. Every time I say her name, I just want to do that. Jackie Harry, I can't do it the way she do, who showed up looking fabulous at the It's a Wonderful Lifetime event. Now, each of them co-star in the upcoming movie, It's a Make or Bake Christmas. So shout out to both of them. And of course, got to give another shout out to Rihanna and her baby daddy, ASAP Rocky. Rihanna said that that was her baby daddy. I'm not just saying it for her. She said it. She said it. She was there to support her baby daddy. Shout out to ASAP Rocky. He's showing off his gold grills to the world in the magazine. And also, ASAP Rocky was just named Puma's Collaborator of the Year award nominee. They be showing up looking good on the red carpet, right? Rihanna look happy than a mother. She looked happy than a mother. Okay, you go, girl. And stars were looking flawless in Fringe, including Sabrina Elba, the wife of Idris Elba, who wore a slinky knit Diotima gown in shades of white to the CFDA Awards. And Zendaya was looking flapper chic at the Green Carpet Awards in a vintage Robert Cavalli number. And of course, Naomi Campbell, she chose a shimmery Burberry creation for her 16th Met Gala appearance. And for those who are interested, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, they are all the talk on page 28 to 31. So you can be sure to check that out if you pick up the magazine. And side note, congratulations, Meghan, on being the CEO of your own company, American Riviera. Don't forget the next time you send something out, girl, I hope you have my address because I want something. Hello, jam. I don't care what it is, girl. Flowers, honey, whatever it might be. I wanted to see me. Y'all, that does it for Black on the Inside of Star Magazine's December 16th issue.